Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Bar from Sin. I hope that you're doing well this week. I have had a little bit of a rough week. Although we got the fantastic news about my husband starting his new job on April the 27th, winter just keeps hanging on. It doesn't want to go away. It's so frustrating. So a couple weeks ago, we had like beautiful weather. It was so nice outside that I literally didn't have to wear a jacket. I was outside in running shoes, jogging pants, and a hoodie. I was cleaning up my backyard, and I was so excited that the warm weather was finally coming and that I could get outside and clean up my yard because I want to plant my garden this year. I want to make an awesome garden. However, Mother Nature, because it is only technically April, usually winter lasts around here until May. So we still have technically the rest of this month to get through this winter weather. And because it was such a tease a couple weeks ago with that warm weather, I don't know, my brain just automatically shifted and thought, right on, we are going to have warm weather much earlier this year. I'm not going to be stuck inside because I haven't been working outside of the home now since last year. So I've literally been inside or outside doing gardening and stuff like that. But winter, winter lasts like way too long around here. And it seems to take forever to end. And it's just like these last few weeks are just dragging. They're like standing still. One day it's supposed to be beautiful outside, and then we get freezing rain, snow, hail, all in one day. Very depressing. Then all of a sudden it melts and everything, you can start seeing the grass again. You're like, okay, I'm going to get outside tomorrow because it's still a little too chilly out there today to go outside without a jacket on. And I want to be comfortable when I'm outside cleaning up my yard. So I don't want to have to wear a big bulky jacket out there, right? Like, why would you do that? So warm weather is on its way. I'm all excited, but I still can't go outside without a jacket. So to me, I still can't clean up my yard. And it's frustrating because all I want to do is clean up my yard and get my garden in. But my brain knows that we get snow until May sometimes. But because of that warm weather the other day, it just automatically triggered spring weather in my brain. And now I'm in a I don't know, I'm in a funk that I just can't get out of. Ugh. Can it just be like warm weather already so I can go outside and just play in my garden and play in the dirt? Because other than cooking, being outside in nature and just having the sun shining on my face, and I don't care if I'm weeding my garden or putting a new plant in. I don't care how long it takes me. I will stay outside all freaking day long because it's just beautiful out there. And the sun makes me feel better. It doesn't just brighten up the sky, it literally brightens up my spirits. And I love nothing better than the warm weather. I was born in August. I am a summer baby. And I absolutely love the warm weather. Hanging out at the beach, just taking a walk, not even going for a swim. You can go for a swim in the ocean if you want to, but I don't know, I'm just at a point in my life where swimming in the water doesn't interest me, but I do want to walk along the beach and I do want to feel the waves splashing against my feet as I'm walking along, sun shining down on me. Not a care in the world. I just want that. It just seems like it's so far away. Like, does anybody else go through these, I don't know what I call winter blues, where you're just like, ugh, can we just have warm weather already? Can we just be outside, sitting on our deck first thing in the morning, enjoying a coffee, watching the birds fly over, just hearing them chirp? Like, I just want that. Can we just get there already? Like, seriously? Man, oh man. And then I've been trying to get ahead of the game and plant seeds inside so that they're ready to go in the garden. Well, apparently I planted them a little too early and some of it grew mold on it, so I have to throw it out and start over. Lesson learned. It's my first time doing it indoor this year, so before planting it in the garden. So there's always a learning curve to everything, right? So yeah, don't start too early. Some things can just go right in the ground. Read the labels. And don't forget, if you're starting to set up your garden, don't forget to label your stuff. Because I guarantee you, you're never going to remember what you planted. As much as you think you have a good memory, I'm telling you right now, you don't. I can't tell you how many years I have not labeled stuff. And then I'm like, oh, crap. Then I gotta like grab my phone and like take pictures of my plants and hope that it identifies the right one. So yeah, do yourself a favor. If you're a new gardener, make sure that you label everything. Take like popsicle sticks and write on them. Put them, in your little containers or put them in your garden even. Um, if you've got like those little eggshell type carton containers, which is what I'm using, I literally took a magic marker and just wrote like zucchini or ghost peppers or whatever I planted in that little pod, I marked on it. So that way there, when I go plant them in my garden, I'll know what's in there. Oh my God, I remember the first year that we had a garden. We were living in Ontario and we lived in a mini home very similar to what we have now, but we had like double the property, which was awesome. We had like a 500 square foot garden. It was all fenced in. It was amazing. We had hydrangeas just like growing all along the border of our gardens. So we always had lots of bees and butterflies, and it was wonderful. And we had everything set up so that every year, we planted our cucumbers and zucchini and radishes, and we had like a beautiful strawberry patch. And when we moved out here, we gave all that up and we had to start from scratch. And it's been a few years now. Like we moved here in 2019. The first year we just kind of did a bucket garden because we didn't really have time to build anything. Before COVID really started, we had started to build up our garden. And then again, it was very, hit and miss on the garden because a lot of places were closed due to COVID and so on and so forth. So over the years, we have been building up our garden. A few years ago, I had asked permission from the office where we live because we own our home, but we don't own the land. We lease our land. So you have to ask permission for certain things. And I had asked permission to put in a pallet garden. I was going to recycle pallets and line them up so it kind of blocked in our yard and gave us almost like a fence kind of a concept to keep the dogs in the yard so they didn't bother the neighbors and vice versa. And everything went great. It was up there, it was beautiful. I took pictures of it, I sent it to the office. I wanted to expand it to further past my mini home and then wrap it around and bring it to the front of my mini home. So it gave the dogs, again, more room to run around. But, life happened and um, I ended up emailing the office, although they had given me permission to extend the garden. I emailed the office and just let them know that we're just going to stick with what we have for right now. And everything was fine. Our garden was doing very well. It had been advertised on our local news here twice, back to back, one year after the other. So it was very exciting. And then our caring neighbor moved in next door behind us, and everything since then has pretty much gone to hell. And I got very frustrated because we had to take everything down. It was in rough shape. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. It did need to be repaired. It had been outside in the winter weather, so absolutely it needed some repairing. But did it need to fully be ripped down and torn down and me be harassed by the office to remove it? No. Did I have to be bullied or harassed by my next door neighbor while I was going through the death of my cousin and then my mom within a month of each other? And then all I had was all these ignorant emails, saying it has to be taken down now, blah, 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 blah. I was working at the time. I worked Monday to Friday. My husband also worked Monday to Friday. The only time that we had was on the weekend. And unfortunately, the entire month of May last year, it rained every weekend. So, between me losing my cousin, losing my mom, it raining every weekend, I did not have time, or my husband, we did not have time to go out there in the pouring rain and rip down a garden until we got bullied to the point where we had no choice. So, a few months ago, I had done a podcast on here and I was talking about how my neighbor's negativity was making me not want my garden. And after going through all the crap that we went through last year to have to tear it down, rebuild again, and I was like, no, this year I really did not want to be bothered with my garden. I did a podcast, like I said, a few months ago, whenever it was, and I was just talking about how depressed I was and how I just had no interest in my garden because I was just tired of being harassed by this neighbor and bullied and then when I told my husband that I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing a garden this year, and he's like, wait, what? Why are you letting this person run your life? And I was like, no, you know what? You're right. I should not let other people ruin my happiness. And I'm not going to. I'm going to put my garden out there and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to be out there every single day because I can. And if she don't like it, well, that's on her. I really don't care anymore. I just don't associate with her whatsoever. I just completely ignore her. I can't. I can't. We live in a negative environment every single day with all the crap that's going on with this war, and I have zero room for any more negativity in my life. So if Mother Nature would cooperate, and you can, maybe stop PMSing for a little bit and having like 20 different types of weather all in one day and change it to nice warm weather so I can get outside and go for a nice long walk so that I can go enjoy the nature park that's just up the road. So I can go outside and build my garden. I need to clean my yard to be able to do that first, though. So even that, you just give me a day that I can spend outside and just clean my yard. Man, I need some sunshine in my life, and I know you can see the sunshine in my coming in through my window here, but let me tell you, it's freaking cold up there. The sun is very deceiving, so don't don't let that affect your opinion on this podcast. Anyways, It's just very frustrating. I really need the sunshine to stay. I really need warm weather that I could go outside and just my hoodie and hang out and just do my thing and be happy because this whole this whole blah mode that I'm going through there is just brutal and I can't shake it off and I just need to get outside in the sunshine. I need to go for a ride somewhere and just hang out by the beach. I just need nature. But I can't enjoy the nature right now because it's just too dark, cold. So Mother Nature, let's fix this. Talk to you later.